Our guest for today is none other than former Senator Freddie Webb. Sir, thank you very much for joining us here today.
Pleasure.
Well, we're going to go through your long list of credentials first because you've had a storied career. So, eco painters in the MICAA early on, and then later on in the PBA, you joined the Tanduay Rum Makers. You're part of the 1972 Olympic team, the last basketball team we've sent to the Olympics. You were a senator from 92 to 98, and a Parañaque congressman from 87 to 92, Pasay City Councilor from 71 to 78, an actor, TV and radio host, a sportscaster. You are basically the evolved form of Carlo and I, as we talk to you right now. And Sir Freddie, when we talk about basketball in your life, we all know that it started out when you were in college playing in Letran. You moved on to MICAA, and was that the easiest step? Was that the most obvious step to do coming fresh out of college?
Well, first of all, let's go back in time, from memory lane. For instance, like me, I was playing, working, and studying, at the time that I played MICAA. Okay. I couldn't take it. I was telling the owner, I'm going to go crazy here because, I was seated like almost like 10 hours, 8 hours a day on a chair because I was a filing clerk.
Oh, really?
Sabi ko sa may-ari, I won't be able to do this. It's either basketball or work. Because at that time, ang bayad, mas malaki yung trabaho kaysa sa laro. So, something had to give, I'm not happy and I'm not even proud of what I did. I had to let go of my studies just in the name of survival. And going to the MICAA, of course, I knew very well that there's just a change here. Though MICAA is also a professional, tinatago lang as amateur just to be able to, people like me, to play in the Olympics.
Well, we'll talk a bit about your Olympic journey later, but then eventually from MICAA, ended up going to the PBA with Tanduay. And when the PBA started out, can you give us a brief idea of how Philippine basketball was evolving at that time, knowing that the first pay-to-play league in Asia was coming up?
Well, a lot of expectations, but the thing that really attracts the players is this the real deal? Because if you're playing in the MICAA, we had hardly any good salaries or allowances. It's like we had a wallet, but it's a small one. There hardly enough to put in the money.
Yeah.
And now the people playing in the PBA, they have a bigger wallet. In fact, they have a cash register.
Yeah, that's true. For some people, definitely that's very true.
for a lot, come on, for a lot of them. And I'm also happy for what's happening because now everyone or every player is paid his dues. You work hard, you play, and then you get paid well. But remember one thing, and this is common, is that your days are numbered in playing basketball. At the age of maybe 30, 32, downhill ka na. By the age of 35, baka retired ka na, di ba?
Eventually, during your time in MICAA, you mentioned that you had to keep that amateur status because in the Olympic basketball at that time, you could not be a professional. You had to be an amateur. And you were part of the very last basketball team the Philippines did send there. Because since 1972, we have yet to qualify. Could you talk about the team that we've had then? Because we weren't necessarily any slouches. We won a couple of games there in the Olympics. Can you talk about your experience playing for the Philippines in that particular Olympics?
In the Olympics. Well, we traveled there with first on one thing in mind. And we wanted to play Japan and we wanted to beat them. May samaan ng loob kasi ang Pilipinas at yung kanilang basketball coach. Kasi sabi ng basketball coach ng Japan, he would be able to, or his team would be able to beat the Philippine team blindfolded.
Really?
Yes. So we said to ourselves, our coach there was Coach Ning Ramos, sabi niya, ngayon na pagkakataon natin bumawi, and we beat them. So we already have 1 foot on the door to say that we already have accomplished our mission. The second thing that we wanted to do was to become the champions of the where Africa is.